similarities between the work as well as the problem, but of course, gamification, you have to measure your effort and when you carry out into the self. As well as far shorter.
Hi guys, welcome to the channel. It's me Adarsh. I hope you guys are staying safe, staying indoors with the current COVID-19 situation. Right now we're in India and everything is under lockdown, so we're strictly staying at home, staying safe. But that doesn't mean we don't do our workouts, right? Because it's really important to keep fit. It's really important for your physical health, but it's also important for your mental health. So here you are. This is my little pain cave. I'm going to give you a quick sort of tour. It's nothing fancy, but something that has been working for me, not just in these times of quarantine, but also over the last few months. I've built it up slowly, added a few bits to it. So I'm going to take you through what my little pain cave is like, and I'm also going to be throwing in some tips for you guys, some things that you can pick up to probably make your pain cave, make your indoor setup work for you guys. So here you go. So here you are. This is an extra room that we have in our apartment. That's my Cannondale CAD 10, which is a bike that I used for a bit of racing back in the day, but now I use it largely only for training, and when I'm traveling I carry this bike along. It's an absolutely brilliant bike. That's the TT bike. That's the Ridley Dean Fast. That's the bike I use for racing and for training when I'm training for time trials. I've quickly created a very small little work from home space here. As you can see, nothing really fancy, but stuff that I have lying around over here. There's the laptop. There's a window for some natural light in here, and then this is really where the business is really. That's my Ridley Noah. We've got the Tacx Neo drive trainer. I believe this is one of the best trainers on the planet. It's got a 1128 cassette on it. Very quickly I'm going to show you the bike's Campy. It's got Campagnolo Super Record EPS, so really fancy, works like a breeze. I absolutely love it. On the bike itself, on the handlebar, I've got a little case from this company called Quadlock, and to whatever I'm saying, I'm going to be putting down the links to the products below, so if you guys are interested, you could go ahead and buy them. So this is an Australian company called Quadlock. I've been using them not only for cycling, but also for motorcycling. They make some amazing mounts. So if I can quickly pull up my phone, so this is my phone, and this is at the back of what the phone looks like. So I'm just going to quickly show how things work with this particular mount. Just give me a minute. So like I was saying, this is the mount. So it basically goes in and it locks. So I'm not great at doing it with one hand, but let me just give it a go. You have to basically press in the quarter position and just turn it around, and if you could hear that, it's just completely locked, and now you can run apps like Zwift, like Trainer Road, whatever apps you've got to run your program. Now what that does is, with Bluetooth, your smartphone connects with the Tacx Neo, your direct drive trainer. You could be using a Wahoo Kicker, you could be using something by Elite, Saris, and so on. All of those should connect via Bluetooth with the mobile phone, which will have an app running for training. So it's absolutely brilliant in that respect to have a phone basically controlling your training rather than doing it on a laptop or something like that. So I find this as the most convenient step for me. So tip number one is have a bicycle mount for your phone and have your phone here connected to the trainer and run your training app, whatever you're using. I also have the Garmin over here. The Garmin's from the outdoor rides. I've just kept it onto the mount. You can see that there's a mat below. The mat is also by Tacx. What it does is it really helps you to take care of the sweat that you may be putting out. There's a lot of grime and dust sometimes, and even germs. So rather than falling on the floor, what does it falls on the mat, and you can wash it and you can sanitize it and so on. So you can disinfect it. So it works for me. I've got a little fan down there. Most people have the fans up front in front of their faces. What I'm trying to do is I'm going to put it on the side. That's my tip number 2. Put it on the side right below you, facing your torso. So your core is where you want the fan to be coming at. So that's what I like, and that's what I prefer. Moving on, I've got this little musical sort of note stand over here that I purchased off Amazon. Really cheap, about $10, $700 or something like that, and it's super adjustable. You can see there's a knob here, there's a knob here, there's a knob here. You can move it around. It's not the most sturdiest, and you can see if I take the water bottle and I put it on this side, it'll turn this side. So you've got to sort of balance things out, but it works. You can move it around super conveniently. So it absolutely works for me. I've got a really messy setup down there that you can see. There's some there's the charging points, there's this television, so everything's really connected to those that extension cord. So that's a little messy. I have to, like I said, it's work in progress. I have to clean this up and making it a little more swanky, but that's how it is right now. But it's working. I can tell you it's working. Alright guys, so tip number 3 is entertainment. Entertainment is super important while you're on the trainer. Most people who've done trainer rides will tell you that it's super boring and it feels like an eternity. An hour on the trainer feels like 3 or 2 or something like that when you compare it to doing outdoor stuff. So what's really important is to have some sort of entertainment, some sort of an entertainment going around here. So what I've done is I've taken a 32-inch TV, not really fancy, but something that's smart, something that connects to my Wi-Fi, and I've put it right in front of me. So I can play stuff from Netflix, I can have YouTube. So essentially I'm running the app from my mobile phone connected to my trainer, but while I'm doing those intervals, I'm also sort of entertaining myself by catching up on my on my series or looking at YouTube videos. For example, there was Netflix. I can go to YouTube now and watch some of the latest content that people are putting out from across the world. So that works for me. Next, I've also got these old speakers by Samsung. I think I got it free with the television that we bought for the front room, and we got this free along with that. So this was lying around for a couple of years and I just pulled it off from the box and put it there. It connects to the TV, it can connect to Spotify, it can connect to a number of things, and it works for me and gives me that entertainment. So I can hear the TV audio, which isn't great. By the way, TV audio is not great. It's connected to the Samsung speaker, but that in total with video and audio is completely working for me right now. So here we are, guys. So that's the laptop that I'm using. It's a MacBook Pro. So for applications like Zwift, I suggest that you connect your trainer to the laptop, not via Bluetooth. So because what happens is, in this particular room and in most rooms in your training setups as well, you will have a number of signals, right? You will have Bluetooth signals, you will have Wi-Fi signals, and then there is possibility of having ANT plus signals. Now what happens is that these signals actually interfere with each other. So what's the best way of connecting to Zwift is use your laptop, have an ANT plus dongle, as well as have an extension cord. With that extension cord, pull your ANT plus dongle and bring it all the way down to just below your trainer. That's the best setup. You basically move the ANT plus dongle away from the laptop. That's going to take care of all the interferences. So when I connect to apps like TrainerRoad or any other training apps, I use the Bluetooth protocol that works with the phone. But when I'm connected to Zwift, I'm always using ANT plus and using my laptop for it. So that's my tip, guys. Hi guys, so I hope you enjoyed the little tour of my pain cave here. So I'm going to give you a quick few tips that have worked for me, tips that might work for you when you're building your pain cave and you're building your indoor setup. So tip number 1 is have entertainment. Indoor training can be very monotonous, it can get very boring, but with the help of the right Netflix series, the right YouTube video, time's just going to fly by. So make sure you have a television in front of you, or at the very least have a laptop or something that you can play your Netflix on. So definitely tip number 1 is entertainment. Tip number 2, make sure that you have a dedicated space for this. It's going to become super easy if you have a dedicated space, if you've got your bike on the trainer and all you have to do is wear your shoes and get on the bike. If you're not going to do that, then you're going to figure out, oh, I've got to choose this space for my training today. I've got to put my bike onto the trainer, and all of that is going to take you some time. It's going to probably sap your motivation as well. So that's not the best idea. Have a dedicated space for your trainer, have the bike on the trainer ready to go. This is the place that you train every day. Make it into a habit and cut the barriers. My Tip number 3 is about hygiene, not necessarily only in these times of quarantine and this whole COVID-19 situation, but in general as well. You're sweating, you're wet, you're very sticky, you're sort of infecting the place with a lot of germs. This is not going to be particularly hygienic for other people to come into. They might catch some bugs. So make sure you have a very strong disinfectant. Very regularly disinfect the place. Use a cloth. Of course, wash the cloth after it, but make sure that this place is spick and span and is really clean for you to get on for your next training session and for anybody else to walk in. If you're one of those e-racing, e-gaming types and use a lot of Zwift, then I suggest that you get an ANT Plus dongle. Not only should you get an ANT Plus dongle, you should also get an extension cord, essentially to move the ANT Plus dongle as far away from the laptop as possible. This will take care of your interferences, and the signal is going to be really strong. No dropouts means best power outputs means possibly the best result in your races. So ANT Plus dongle if you're racing. Tip is about that this is always going to be a work in progress thing. Your little setup will always go through changes. You might like a few things that you've done, you might not like a few things, so it will be a work in progress. Build it up slowly, get to know what you like, what you don't like about your setup, move things around a bit, but you will reach that space where it's ideal for you to put together your space and then build it from there. So that's my last tip, just stay at it and keep training. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you already haven't, and if you have any comments for me, if I should be doing anything differently, if I should be doing more, less, whatever, just give me a shout in the comment section below. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon.